Hey, what's up, guys? Today we have a very exciting guest here. We have Zachary here.
大家好。
Oh, shoot. I mean, Zachary's a student of the Cantonese and Mandarin Blueprint, and I was going to ask you to introduce yourself in Mandarin, but looks like you already did. 那你可以先介绍一下你自己吗？就是你叫什么名字？
可以的，
介绍一下。
可以的，稍等，可以的。那我现在还在读大学。那我6个月前呢，才开始参加这个 Cantonese Mandarin 的课程。那我现在达到了差不多这个水平，但是我天天还在还要提高一点点，因为我觉得我还有点差。
你觉得你还有点差？我天哪，
还有很多可以进步的地方，这样。
真的吗？天哪，我觉得你现在就是讲的很好，就是你的口音也很好，然后就是我觉得你说的很流利。
哇，过奖了。
你知道吗？因为就是我之前有看过，就是你就是一开始的时候，你的那个 pre-call assessment 知道吗？这个你有看过吗？
我们其实可以给大家分享一下我从哪里开始吗？
好，行，好，稍等，我要去找一下。天哪，我觉得你真的说的很好。
哇，谢谢。
你在6个月内你学那么多，就是真的太厉害了。我觉得你现在这个发型比较好看。但是这是6个月前的你。
你好，我是 Zachary，我是 from 我 miss out on deeper connection 跟我朋友跟我 local community similar 原因 to you， 他们的 faces confused and 一起好似4個月時候，有一個 elderly 人同我講，問我嘢，我唔知佢問我咩，話佢喺普通話問我嘢，我唔可以講，我對不起，我睇到佢個面，我好唔知點講，我好。
好，我看到你的表情是不想听了。
就是对，就是这个是 torture 啊。
马上把它删掉。
对，谢谢。刚刚听到，就是很特别简单的中文，所以有人骄傲进步了这么多，还是可是我还不要停，我还要坚持到底。
但是我觉得就是你觉得就是我们很多亚洲人，就是我们就是永远不会说对自己很骄傲，但是我真的觉得就是你要在6个月内，就是你现在就是得到就是你现在这个水平，我觉得是你应该对自己很骄傲，真的。
我也觉得骄傲对于我的学习过程中是非常重要的，因为有时候我会觉得好像被打击，我的自信被打击了，所以有时候我不会继续练习，我会拖拉这样子，所以我觉得时不时的回头看这样的进步，我觉得还有那个成就感，
很有成就感是吗？
对，
因为应该是就是你第一次看到，就是你回头看，就是你之前的那个，
让我
起点
震惊不已，
是吗？那我想了解一下，就是你之前你说的，就是你以前就是因为就是你不会讲普通话，你觉得你自己错过了很多，你可以就是跟我们分享一下，就是你当初为什么想学中文呢？
必须的我本来很想学中文，主要是因为我正在读大学，对吗？所以我 我一般到大学的时候，我才发现，我反思了一下了以后，我才发现，不，从小到大没有什么发展这个跟我的家人的什么深厚的关系，然后，呃，我我那时候才发现，我不要这样的，继续做下去，所以我就下定决心要改变自己的理念，要改变自己的习惯，要改变。
了解了解。那其实因为就是很多就是，尤其是就是美国长大的华裔，就是不会有这种想法。那是什么？就是促使你突然间有这个，就是我要就是我觉得这个很重要，然后我要跟父母就是有一个更好的关系。
对啊，所以我怎么说呢？有点难说，因为，嗯，我是一个非常喜欢反思的人，我会纠结来纠结去，这本身是我的性格，所以我那段时间的时候，我会想象我未来过了很久的时间以后，一句很深入的话都不能跟我的家人说，我就会觉得这个让我的心里不满意，心里不会是滋味，我真的不会受得了。所以我不要继续这样生活下去，我要做一点变化。
我就是我觉得就是你现在可以就是就是当像一个榜样一样，就是你现在就是因为就是真的就是很多就是年轻人就是不会有这种想法，就是直到有一个很大的问题的时候，比如我你知道吗？就是我就是直到就是我的外公他就是他就是进了医院的时候，就是我才发现就是我想就是改变自己。
对，我也觉得，我开始学中文的原因是，从你在油管发的视频，你的故事，什么的，跟上我不要，就是你跟一些其他的油管博主，你们启发了我，啊、所以我不要有这样的效果，对吗？
对，
所以我就是必须要改变。
那你的父母他们有什么他们有什么就是反应呢？
我对我的现在的水平来说，
对对对，就是你有没有就是你现在有没有跟他们讲中文？
对，我尽量跟他们每分每秒讲中文，但是我的中文我觉得还是有一点可以进步的，因为我有时候不能表达出来我想说什么，就是不能脱口而出我的想法，所以我有时候还会回去用很简单的英语跟他们沟通，
对，
但是我尽量用更多的中文，因为这样的话才能跟我刚刚说的那个才能得到一个更深厚的关系。
了解。那你跟他们现在的关系是怎么样的？就是他们有没有就是因为就是学了中文，就是你们的关系是不是变得更好？
好像我们的关系真的变得更好，我觉得，你说，
我想问一下，就是现在有什么区别？
如果我回头来看，过了这么长的一段时间，我真的会感受到我们的关系真的变得很大了，因为6个月前我们只会跟彼此之间说你吃饭了吗？你洗澡了吗？睡觉快要睡觉了，这之类的。但是现在我好像觉得，我能得到一个 在我们的对话中，我们可以交流的更深入。
那你们现在会就是谈什么话题呢？就是你以前有没有一些就是想跟他们谈的一些话题，但是以前不会，然后现在是可以的。
那现在我还在我毕竟还在学习，所以所有的话题还不能聊。但是我最近发现我能聊上大学的话题，我生活的怎么样，他们生活的怎么样，我们有什么小故事，可以说劲爆八卦，可以互相跟一起说一些事。我们的关系只过了这六个月好像变得更有意思了，更有那个刚刚我说的那个成就感，这是一个感觉如果我没有把中文学会或者学起来，我不会感受到。
天哪，天哪，天哪！那我想问一下，就是其实就是这个我们刚刚有听到，就是你开始这个课程之前，就是你的中文是什么水平呢？但是这个我们刚刚有听过了。
还不好意思说我的中文水平真的很差，我还很会用Chinglish，但是我觉得大部分的人都觉得很难听，都听不懂，就是这个沟通障碍是一个非常大的问题，所以我不要这样说下去，跟我的家人说下去。
那我想问一下，你的父母他们是哪里人？
就是马来西亚人。
他们是马来西亚人，所以他们就是国语、粤语都会。
对对对。
所以你现在是跟他们讲，在家跟他们讲的是粤语还是国语？
我们主要讲粤语。但是我觉得如果我能学会普通话，我也会跟我的其他的中国朋友们交流。
那我想问一下，就是你现在有没有就是去比如
我每次我去的时候，我会我跟家人去，所以他们可以帮我点东西来吃，或者买东西，逛一逛，还是或者我的朋友真的可以讲中文的朋友，他们会帮我做我要做的事情。
那你说那次就是你说以前有一个老人，就是他跟你讲中文，这个是在或者是在
对对对我觉得我在的时候，特别是我是一个人逛一逛的时候，我发现有特别多的一些特别外向的老人会时不时的就问我一些很 random 的问题。
对
所以我没法回答他们，就觉得心里不舒服。
了解。
Always happens.
对。No, dude. Switching English now. I want to say first off, dude, you should be super duper proud of yourself. And I saw you cringing earlier when you heard your old self.
Yeah.
I always have this saying, which is like, if you don't look back and cringe, you're doing something wrong. Right? Because it means you haven't progressed.
Right.
So the fact that you were like, look like you wanted to rip your eyeballs out. You're like, oh my fucking god, stop.
I mean, yeah, it's something to look back and admire on. It makes me satisfied what I've accomplished, and it makes me more motivated where I can continue to, because it's only been 6 months after all.
Yeah.
And I've still got a long road ahead of me, and that's looking back on this, frankly, also makes me excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. You should be, dude. You should be. I mean, I want to ask, like, what had you tried in the past before to like help you learn, like before this?
I mean, like a month before I signed up for Cantonese and Mandarin, I wasn't really committed to learning any Chinese whatsoever.
Oh, so a month before you weren't committed to learning at all.
Yeah, I wasn't committed to learning at all.
Okay.
But I had the thought of what could be in the far future of not having this deep relationship, like I was saying earlier, and I just rigorously self-studied. I just put all my time, all my free time I had into studying this textbook content, but I did this for like hours on end each day, and I realized that even as I was spending like hours and hours every day, I felt like I still wasn't like 进步, like I wasn't improving whatsoever. So
your brain goes Mandarin first now.
Yeah, that's
you don't even know how to say in English anymore.
It's a phase. Progress didn't come at the rate I wanted it to come. So I just surfed YouTube for Chinese learning resources, and part of that journey, I bumped into Cantonese and Mandarin, and it struck a chord like no other video I watched, because of course coming from a Cantonese background, I mean, what's the audience of who this course is targeted to, really. So, and when I looked into it further and realized that Cantonese, you didn't really have to have good Cantonese to go into the course, I felt like this could be the game changer. And seeing like the other successful students and their reviews and their interviews, just like this one that I'm in right now, like that's what gave me the inspiration to be like, I need to sign up for this now. I need to commit really my free time, all my free time to this now, because if I don't do this now, when am I gonna do it? Right.
Yeah. Because I mean, I want to say like, because I mean, it's a funny thing, which is like you said, if I don't do this now, when am I gonna do it? Right. Like so often in life, it's like, oh, I'm too busy, and like you're in school, it's busy.
Yeah.
Or you got a busy schedule. So it's just like that you can always say that. So I want to say like kudos to you for realizing like, hey, like you're always going to be busy. We're never going to be less busy than we are now, but it's just like making the time for it.
Right. That's an acknowledgement always worth making. Like where your priorities are at, you need to make your free time for it, even if it's not going to be easy.
Exactly. And so like, dude, get on you for like making that time, because it's always say it's not about how much time you have, it's about how much time you want to make, right?
Yeah. Thank you, Sheldon, for that.
Like I know you mentioned it was your family. Like, what was it to help you like? So I guess like when did you find us, and then what was the time from when you found us to when you actually joined?
I found you guys like, I want to say the beginning of December 2025, and then I joined January 6th. I still remember the date. I joined January 6th. And yeah, I was just in that time in between, I was just discussing with my parents why this course could be really good for me. And of course, their first response was like, this is a freaking scam. Look, their freaking website.
Yeah. I guess like, so I know you mentioned like the concern was the website. What else? What other concerns were there? Dude, by the way, I think the website looks better now. I swear, I designed it. I even hired a designer.
Oh, really?
But anyway.
I haven't looked at it since.
But
it's probably better.
Yeah, what are the concerns that you had before joining that were holding you back?
Really nothing, because I knew I just wanted to commit to this like full on. There was not going to be anything that would outweigh this commitment, and so that was really it. I just had to execute the game plan and persevere for six plus months and hopefully years to come, and see what comes out of it.
Have you been to China?
No, I've never been out the country, actually.
Oh, you gotta go to China, man.
Yeah, no, I really want to go.
You are going to love going to China. Like at your level now, you can like go around, and you're at the level where like honestly, they will look at you and they will be like, like the ones who've seen ABCs before, they'll be like, wow, you speak really good. You know what I mean? Like trust me, they will be like, you speak freaking amazing.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be fun. You should. I would definitely make a trip out. It will be fun.
Definitely sometime soon.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then I guess like once you joined the actual course itself, what were your impressions?
I mean, I thought I was rather improving. Like there were coaches on hand to on site to help me improve on my errors. Same goes with the content on the course and the videos and the exercises. Like I think everything just fit together into a well-rounded routine that I thought fit much better than me than textbooks, and so I just stuck at it, and like 6 months in.
Yeah. Were there any like aha moments you had once you joined, or?
I feel like the aha moments would be like during moments such as today, when I'm like looking back at where I started and be like, I couldn't imagine that was where I was. But really for me, like every day it just feels like the same as the previous day, because the progress is just not very noticeable. But like when you look back at such an extended amount of time, like it really hits different.
Yeah, it's really hard to it's kind of like when you're a kid and you're getting taller, and like you don't notice that you're getting taller at all, and then next thing you know is like you're just so much taller, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You really don't feel it, like how much better you've gotten, until you actually look back. So I'm glad we were able
Yeah.
to share that with you.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. I mean, do you ever look back at like where you started? Like now, I'm curious where you were when you started.
Dude, oh my goodness, man. Dude, I mean, if when I started I was at 0.
Absolute zero.
Absolute 0. I've never spoken Mandarin in my life.
Like not even ni hao.
Not even. Obviously, I knew ni hao. You know, I didn't even know as ni. I couldn't even ni hao. It was ni hao. You know what I mean? It was like ni hao. It was like that. That was me.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
When did you start?
I tried learning in college basically, because I was dating this girl whose family only spoke Mandarin. That's when I started, and then at the time I was like, oh, you know, like I feel like I should. Like it was this random shift when the neighborhood around me was becoming more Mandarin. Like all of a sudden I noticed like growing up it was all Canto, then all of a sudden like it just started becoming more Mandarin. I'm like, holy shit, like you know, like yeah, sorry, go on.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh no, I was saying like I grew up thinking that the majority of Chinese people in the world were Cantonese. And I didn't realize that we were the minority until university.
Oh, that's funny. Wait, so like up to when you got to university, like you were pretty fluent in Canto then, right? Because you were surrounded all around, all by it, right?
No. Canto was like garbage.
Oh, really?
Canto was garbage. Yeah. It was an improved thing. But it was like, if I look back, it was, yeah, like, I mean, I had the same thing as you, right? Like I had very shallow conversations with my parents. For me, like when I want to tell my mom, like, I don't want to do engineering. I couldn't tell her. I didn't know how to tell her. The next thing you know, I graduated with an engineering degree.
Oh, nice. Oh, you stuck it out.
I wish I didn't, no, like, yeah. So, I mean, I want to say like for you, because I mean, I just, like, I trace back everything that I have in my life now to learn the language and getting better at it. I just finished actually a trip with my parents in China, taking them around. Even my partner's parents, I took them around China too. And it was just like, yeah, it's just that, like the feeling is like, you know, it's
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's intangible. You can't describe it. It's just shensi.
Yeah, exactly. So like I'm really glad that you got to experience that before, because a lot of people, they don't have like the foresight the way you did, which is like, oh, I should do this. A lot of people are just like, oh, you know, like it's fine, nothing's off, you know, until something happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it was when my grandpa had his funeral, and my mom said, you know, my biggest regret is this, and like I've never seen my parents cry before. Right? I never seen them cry, and then when I saw them cry, I was like, oh shit, like this is important. And I imagined me and my parents, right? And that's when I was like, okay, yeah, like I want to fix part of my life. So for you to do that, you know, when everything's good and you know, everything's cool, it's like, it's awesome. So good on you.
Thank you, man, and props to you for taking that step too. Like, I think one of your stories was probably a big motivator to why I started learning Chinese in the first place. Because what if there's a future situation like similar to yours, where I just can't say a word, like can't communicate what I want to communicate.
Yeah.
Right. This is what haunts me. This is what motivates me. This is what keeps me going for 6+ months for years to come.
Yeah, 100%. And like, I mean, I would say like, man, you should like, yeah, like go take, for example, like I went on a trip to China recently, right? And my mom's knee started hurting, right? And it's like in my head, I'm like, oh, it's like, it makes me upset because I'm like, it's a sign they're getting older, right? And so, but it's just like the fact that I was able to do that trip, like take them on these trips all these years, like take her around mainland China, it makes me happy.
Man, that's so heartwarming.
But the funny thing about it is actually, so, I mean, I gotta share a story. But I'm a very big barefoot shoe guy, right? It's like the barefoot shoes or whatever.
Like in public?
Just like I wear it to play sports, to do everything, because I used to have very bad knee pain, right?
Oh.
I used to have very bad knee pain when I played basketball and all these sports, but when I wore those, it made it better. And I've been trying to tell my mom all these years to try and do it, but I couldn't because of the language barrier. But this time I was able to tell her to do it when we were in China. I was like, I explained to her all the benefits. I'm like, yo, mom, look at this. I can pull out the articles. I'm reading it with her, right?
Oh my God.
And then she was like, oh, they're so ugly. I'm like, just fucking wear the shoe, right? And then I gave her the shoe. I swear, like it was like the happiest moment because the whole day we walked around Chongqing, right, which is like very mountainous and stuff. And she was like, oh my God, my feet don't hurt anymore. My knees don't hurt anymore. And like it made me happy because it's like, I wouldn't have been able to do this in the past. I would have been like, all right, screw it. Like the communication wasn't there because the relationship wasn't there when I was younger and I couldn't communicate in the language. But now that I can, there's more trust and I can build that with her. So
yeah,
there's very cool things.
Yeah, there's so many of these small moments that maybe we don't like realize right now, or at the time you start learning the language, you don't really realize. But like these small moments build up, and they give you a lot of sense of achievement, sense of fulfillment that not many other things could really give you. I mean, I think our family, it seems from what I'm hearing, are above all our greatest priorities. And when we can do stuff like that for them, it always makes us happy. And language is the best way.
Yeah.
To break that down, to break the barrier down.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like I mean, like why do we do everything?
Yeah.
It's for the people we care about, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So good on you, man. Good on you. 100%, dude. 100%.
Thank you, man. You too.
I want to ask. I mean, were there any moments that were challenging, or like any part where you were like that were challenging for you? How was your experience with your coach, actually?
Sorry?
How was your experience with the coaches?
I think they were pretty good. They were pretty supportive. They corrected what I did wrong. I mean, it was just a constant cycle of iteration of learning new phrases, new expressions, and just iterating over and over, and just expanding this range of expressions that you can use. For me, it was just a day-by-day process, and the hardest challenge for me was just persevering day to day, because there were inevitably many days where I just didn't want to do anything. Just didn't want to touch Chinese, right? But on those days, I constantly reminded myself what I was doing all of this for, and I think that's what got me mostly to the level I am right now.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna go places in life, man.
I appreciate that.
You're gonna go places in life, man. I'm telling you right now, because one of the hardest things that exist in the world, I mean, is just like persevering when it gets tough, right? Like it's easy to get motivated and say, like let's say the person going to the gym is an easy example. It's like New Year's Day, right? I'm gonna go to the gym, but then like come January 31st, how many of them are still going to the gym, right? And the reason why is because they don't remind themselves, why they're doing it and why it's important. And for you to be able to do that here, it's like, dude, shit, man. It's like looking at Superman here.
Yeah, I'm a little bit weird in that respect.
Hey, dude, if you want extraordinary results, call for extraordinary people, right? So, I mean, you have extraordinary results, you know what I mean? Like, how many people can say they got this far in Chinese in 6 months, right? It's one of the hardest languages in the world.
Yeah.
所以你真的应该对自己很骄傲。
有点啊。
Now I want to ask you, I guess like someone's been sitting on the fence in the same way in the past. I guess, do you have anything kind of on the words to say to them?
Wait, sorry.
Like
I didn't
someone's
hear
been
that
sitting on the
part.
fence saying like, I kind of want to learn Chinese or something like that for all these years. They haven't really, kind of like you made that commitment. I guess like, what do you have to say to them?
I mean, firstly, to put my story more in context, I've kind of quote unquote wanted to learn Chinese for at least a few years now before this year, but I I noticed after reflecting that the biggest obstacle was not having a big enough reason to do it, because I had all these life gets busy and it's really easy to just do the other stuff that you're already used to，就是舒适圈，你的舒适圈，
对，
so I was just stuck in doing what I regularly do. I wouldn't bother to try new things or like adopt new big commitment routines into my daily life. And so if because I didn't have that big enough reason to make that change, to incorporate this, that is what I realize now it's to be so valuable. I just didn't start learning Chinese for those many years. But like now that I don't have as much time with my family anymore, it makes me reflect and realize more about the parts of our relationship that have just gone missing, right? And I account most of this to just not having the Chinese. So to those people who are on the fence right now, I think you need to find a really really strong and good reason that will keep you motivated to learning Chinese, because you're not going to learn as fast as a rate if you didn't have a really good reason or a really good motivator to keep you learning. Because I think everybody's going to have those days where they just don't want to learn, but on those days that you don't want to learn, it's especially important that you have these motivators, these fundamental things that haunt you, that if you didn't learn, then it would have significant consequences in your life, whether small or large.
What do you think made you think about those consequences? Because I mean, you're still so young, man. Like,
Yeah. Well, I think it was just a lot of reflection, and just something that just kept coming up and coming up again was family. And I just knew I had to change things. I didn't want to keep on going down this route.
good on you, man.
Thank you, man.
那你有没有就是别的就是想问的问题或者想聊的话题？
Before we met today, I was thinking, I was a bit curiously thinking about where you've originally started, and like of course when you started learning Mandarin in Canada, of course there was no Canton and Mando, right?
Yeah.
There was no Mandarin program. So you made it. So I was kind of curious, how did you personally 达到你现在的这个水平？ I'm curious.
So it's funny. So the way I learned was when I started learning, I had a Taiwanese roommate, and like he. So okay, I started off with I think Babbel was what it was called. Babbel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I came back and I was listening to all day, and then I think I said like EDR, and then my Taiwanese roommate was like, it's not. He was like strongly against the like R Huayin, so he was like 哪里, and then I was like, wait, I thought like Cantonese and Mandarin were similar, isn't it? It's supposed to be like 宾斗. How is 哪里 宾斗? I was like so confused,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And then I just like he's like I don't know. I was like, I don't speak Cantonese. So I'm like, okay, well, it makes sense, right? I was like, yeah, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
And then I just kept listening to Babbel and like having him teach me like random phrases for a bit, and it just didn't click. I was like I thought it was supposed to be similar to Cantonese. I was like, it seems like a completely different language.
Right.
And then I went to a college class and it was the exact same thing. I was like, I thought it was the same. That was so weird, right? I was like, okay, I guess it's not. I guess it's just random words here and there, but it's not a fundamentally different language. And so I did my girlfriend, who's from Shanghai, is the same thing. So I just kept struggling, like Duolingo, Babbel, that for a long time. And then eventually, like I met my girlfriend's parents, and it was like a year in, and it's kind of similar to you how you were studying, but then you realized like you were making the progress you wanted. When I met her parents, I was like, I couldn't say anything. I was like, and they looked at me and they're like, and especially because like, you know, it's just like a bad look, you know, first impression. She's like, oh, my boyfriend's been learning Mandarin, right? And then you come in, you have no idea what the hell was going on.
Right.
She even told her parents like I was in engineering, and then they're like trying to ask me about engineering, and I'm like, she spent the whole night translating for me, and I was like, what's going on, right? And then yeah, it was not the best experience, and I think her family didn't really like that because there were times when her grandma was trying to talk to me, and her grandma doesn't register like I'm some Cantonese guy. It's just like she just doesn't understand why I can't speak because I look Chinese.
Yeah.
So then in the end, like I knew her parents like weren't the most fond of me, and then I was just like, I gotta make this language click somehow, right? So I was like, nothing's working. I tried college class. My mom put me in tutors. And then I was just like, yo, like, I had a friend, basically, who was doing, like, bilingual studies in Hong Kong, actually. He's basically, like, almost like a translator. So he's fluent in Cantonese, Mandarin, English. And he was explaining, and I was like, yo, how do I, like, I was like, I try to understand this. And I was like, how do I say it in Cantonese? How do I say it in Mandarin? And then he was like, oh, explain to me the differences. And I'm like, wait a minute, like, so it's kind of just, like, substituting different words and stuff in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, so it's kind of, you tell me it's basically the same sentence, but it's just like a little bit different. And he was like, yeah, I guess, right? But even he was like, no, that's not exactly it. But like my mind, that's what made it click in my mind, right? So I was like, wait a minute. I was like, is there actually a pattern to this? So I just like started like doing research and just like asking and just like calling and asking people, like everyone. And then I made a list of the actual like things. And I was like, wait a minute. And then I was like checking, I was like, right? And sometimes they were like, oh, it's awkward, but it is technically right. And then like that was the birth of the system.
Wait, so during when you learned it, did you learn, I guess, Cantonese and Mandarin in parallel and also simultaneously develop the Canton and Mandarin blueprint system?
More or less, yeah. Like that was the birth. Like, I don't know if you know, like besides Canto de Mando, I also have Canto Mando, the channel.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So Canto Mando, if you actually watched Canto Mando's first video ever, it was because when I was learning it, I was like, this is a cool ass system. I was like, I have to share this. Because as I was learning it, I was like, dude, like, you know when you like, I grew up hating being Chinese, right?
Yeah.
But as you learn the language, you just have to inevitably like start indulging in the culture. And like that made me be like, oh wow, Chinese culture is actually pretty interesting. I actually really enjoy like the music, like all that stuff. And so I was like, wow, like if we can even help one other ABC, you know, feel that same way, I was gonna be really cool. So like even when I absolute dog water trash Mandarin, and like I just like literally pieced out like a couple things in the method, I made these videos on YouTube sharing that.
Nice.
Like you can hear, it's still up. The first videos are teaching Chinese, but I sound terrible. Like that makes me want to cringe.
Oh my God.
And then yeah, like that was the birth of it. And then after a bit, it kind of died because I was like, oh, you know, it wasn't getting views, but I kept studying and figuring out the system, and then eventually I figured it all out. But at that point, I was already doing like entertainment, fun videos on YouTube. And then like 3 years later, I think I was like, oh, you know, like I enjoy the aspect of YouTube of like, you know, fame or like, you know, doing all these fun videos. But the videos that always made me like feel proud was, you know, when I like videos where we inspired and helped other people like embrace their Chinese culture. So that's what I was like, oh, you know what, like let's try and do something with this. And then yeah.
Damn. Good on you. Oh my God. Like you took the initiative to help other people.
Yeah. It was funny, but I sucked. Like if you watch the first one, it's terrible, dude.
I'm kind of curious now.
I'll show you. I'm gonna share my screen with you.
You're willing to pull it up?
Yeah, I'll pull it up, man. You had your cringe moment. I'll have my cringe moment, okay?
All right.
I'll have my cringe moment. Oh my God, I want to cry. I don't even want to watch. But you know what? I had you cringe on this call. I'll have me cringe, okay?
All right, let's go.
天哪，真的不想看。Oh my God，我天哪。
Oh my God, that was you. Oh my, wait, you look kind of the same.
Okay, all right, fine.
跟住美語 Lesson 1認識靚女 Alright, so here's the lesson plan for today. 你好靚女，我個手機好似壞咗啦。點解？因為冇你個電話號碼。And if you already know it, how to say this in Mandarin, then you can skip over to the next video. If not, tune in. 你好，美女。你好，靓女。你 means you. 你 好 is 好 good. 你好，你好。美 basically means beautiful. In Cantonese, you can think of it as lang.
See, that was a
It's in
start.
the exact same way.
Yeah, it's funny. Like you see like a lot of these early videos. If you watch it, like they're literally all learn Chinese, and then eventually at some point, like we just realized like, it became more skits and things, and then it became like what it is today. But like I always felt like my passion was in teaching, and not just in teaching. It was just like I wanted to help people feel the same way I felt. Proud of their Chinese culture, proud of their heritage. Because I grew up hating being Chinese. I was like, being Chinese sucks. So
That's really admirable. You took the change after having such a long childhood of just like norm.
yeah, I mean, dude, that's why what I would love for you now. I mean, I know like you've been able to. Yeah, I had to cringe. Oh my god, I know you've been able to like speak it with your family. I would love to see you just travel, experience these things, because like that was kind of like the goal all along, was just like to help people embrace their culture and embrace this aspect of themselves. So I would love to see you like do that now.
The dream.
I'll be honest, man. Like, dude, talking to you like really made my day, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Talking to you really made my day.
Likewise. Yeah.
So to actually hear you and just like hear that it actually made my day, man. So like it's an absolute like honor and pleasure to speak to you, man.
I'm glad I could make you feel that way.
Yeah. Honestly. Also, having a shitty day, my cat passed away.
Really? Oh shit.
I mean, you uplifted like everything, man. So like I thank you so
Sorry for
much.
the loss.
It's okay, man. It's been 17 years. It happens. All right, I gotta get some dinner with my family.
All right.
But it was an absolute pleasure
I'll catch
speaking
you
to you.
later, man.
Yes, absolute pleasure speaking
Yeah.
to you. And I will talk to you later. Okay.
All right, man.
Okay.
Thank
Later,
you
man.
so much, man.
All right. Take care. Bye bye.
Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you, bro. See
Bye-bye.
ya.